welcome to tonight's Ocalian Nights. We are doing an epic one-shot adventure, and before we get right into anything, we're going to give an introduction because our players are going to have to do a little bit of thinking. This is different to them. You've been here before. It's been here, but in this place, it's never been so present. The faces, the mood, everything seems heavier, haunted. The weight of it is real.
Fear.
The word booms out of Markith's mouth. You feel it. You know it. It's why you're here. Beyond Markith on the jobs board, the red-lettered parchment hangs undisturbed and unclaimed. You can almost feel the relief of those in the room, knowing now they won't have to be the ones to claim it.
Cowards.
Markith continues. Seeing your
Faces.
seems appropriate. Yes, with this much dread, it's no surprise that in should walk. Next words are familiar to you. As familiar to you as the fear. They roll off his tongue with that all too familiar tone of respect and revulsion. And of course,
Fear.
it's no surprise that now in walks the Monster Squad. Yeah! I would like you all to think about your characters. Keep your classes, your abilities, everything. But your character is now a monster in some way.
Oh, yeah, they already were.
Okay, they already were. That's great. But I want y'all to take a few minutes as to what your character looks like. What kind of... They already have an ability, so you have an idea. But I want you to put a monstrous form into your brain. So we're going to think about that a little bit, and then we're going to do some brainstorming about what exactly the Monster Squad is once you all have an idea of it. Maybe your past and everything. Because this is an epic encounter. We are level 12. So the Monster Squad has been together for a little while. So we're going to do a little bit of thinking about that. So start getting those gears to turning. And I'm going to talk about tonight's epic encounter. Swamp of the Hydra.
Ooh.
Obviously, the Monster Squad is so good, they know what they're getting themselves into. But this is a one-shot encounter. This is pretty much one long piece of combat. Ergo, why we get to have a little fun making some characters. Put a little background into them. And then we're going to go to Ryan for our sponsors of tonight.
Yeah, and Epic Encounters, if you want to sponsor us, we'll do more of these.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be on our YouTube channel, Epic Encounters. I already tried to YouTube it already. There aren't that many.
So, I'm just going to go from... We're not going to do sponsors first. First, I'm going to talk about our patrons, because we got a bunch of new ones, which makes me happy. So, we're going to go in order of operations from the ones who got here first. We still have our always sponsor and first sponsor, Zixie.
Yay, Zixie!
Then we got my man, Ryan McDormand.
Thanks, buddy.
Sweet.
We got Nicholas Oscar. Nico, I swear to God, I'm going to break your knuckles if you do it again. Then we have Greg Wazowski.
And Darian Mosley Wazlowski.
I have too many names.
I know.
Then we got Charlie Abbott. And,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And then we got Carl Loper.
Ah!
And I want to give a special shout out to Carl, Mr. Loper, the Derpinator, because he threw not only a patron sponsor at us, but he also threw us $200 to improve and to purchase the new overlays that are going to come in a
Bought
couple
those
weeks.
lights? Did he buy those lights?
So thank you guys. We really appreciate all the support, and your money's going to go to improving this place even further. Some more announcements before we go to the sponsors. This is going to be the last time we're filming in this studio, as
What?
we're moving to a newer, bigger one this week. So there's not going to be a session next week, but that means we're going to be preparing the new studio space. So
Very exciting.
yes.
Yay!
Wow. Bigger,
Cool.
better, faster.
Better, faster.
I told you it was coming, and it's a coming. Next
Things
up,
are escalating rapidly.
they really are.
We growing, mama.
Then we'll go into our sponsors, which we have Leading Marketing Solutions.
Yay, Leading Marketing Solutions.
I can't wait for what comes next with them for what we're gonna do. There should be a bunch of new marketing stuff coming out for that, so that we can get some more people watching the show. We're gonna grow even bigger. It's going to be fantastic in the next upcoming months. Then we've got Vibranium Comics, who are still sponsoring us, and they're sponsoring the giveaway, which I announced on the Loper video. David? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so if you guys want to be a part of that giveaway, it should be ending later this week when we do the drawing for it. Go check out the Loper video, because we love that guy, and it's a fun 10-minute video to watch. So go do that. Other than that, I think we're pretty good. We can go into the part where Greg is the DM and not this guy.
Oh my God, Dave's on the other side of the table, but we're gonna start over here with Sully.
What am I gonna say?
You're gonna introduce yourself to the masses. You're obviously not gonna get into your character yet, because we don't know a whole lot about that, do we?
All right, so just introduce Sully.
Just introduce Sully.
Well, Sully is I work at the CEP. I'm the director of video communications, and I just moved down here 2 months ago and found some of my best friends playing D&D.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe Reichel.
Thank you,
In
Joe.
fact, truly, actually, for setting me up with lots of friends, including these guys.
Darian Mosley, Wesolowski.
That's too many names. I have a lot of names, okay? So my name's Darian, and in real life, I am a certified veterinary nurse, and I am married to the guy who's DMing tonight, so he kind of allowed me to be part of his D&D world, and so it just, the plot thickens.
Totally unfair advantage.
Nepotism. But then again, maybe I'm going to take things out on her. Who knows?
Typically.
One of the Wine Witches' special guests tonight.
Hi, my name is Nichole. I am one half of Wine with Witches, the podcast. Me and my partner Megan talk about, you guessed it, wine and our witchcraft practices. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff or ever want to think about learning about it, you can listen to us on Spotify or anywhere that podcasts are broadcast. We are sponsored and hosted by the Keep Downtown in Ocala as well. One of all of our favorite local spots. So kind of repping them, and you can see me there pretty much every weekend, causing chaos and debauchery, just like I will tonight. So
Yeah.
Nice. Good to have you.
Ryan Mace,
Oh, we're going
executive
to me?
producer extraordinaire.
Yeah,
we have
hi
no
guys.
idea who you are.
I'm Ryan Mace. I'm the executive producer and the guy who put all this together and is definitely not overworking himself.
Hustle Live.
I'm totally fine, I promise.
Yes. I have not been going to sleep at 12 and waking up at 4 in the morning every single day for the past 3 months.
No.
You only need 4 hours anyway.
Yeah, I know. It's not that
And making a special appearance on the other side of the Dungeon Master screen, it's David Lugo.
Hi guys, I'm David Lugo. I am part owner of Leading Marketing Solutions, and I'm really excited to be playing today as a player. I have not played as a player in months, so I hope I do everything right, and you guys have fun watching us. Sorry, Sully. Did you notice you waved just as long as I did?
I was just sitting here looking on like David's being such a like goofy little idiot over there. Meanwhile,
you rewatched?
you
You waved during your entire introduction.
that was a bit for you. I
And we're off the rails already.
Sorry.
I
Not
didn't
even into the
know.
first line of dialogue.
Can't wait for you to receive.
My name is Greg Wesolowski. I'll be your dungeon master, your jungle skipper, and quite possibly your swimming instructor tonight.
I can't swim. Oh boy.
Oh gosh.
Oh boy.
As he thinks about his plate armor.
I hope you're rolling
And I'm
good
sinking.
tonight.
Yeah,
Then.
right.
All right. Since this is David's first time on the other side of the screen,
Yes.
tell me about what class are you playing?
I am playing a paladin,
Mhm.
and then graduates to the darker side of warlock.
Are we in the darker side of Warlock already?
We are in the darker side of warlock.
Make it a
already.
monster for me. What does this character look like?
I feel like he is very Kraken-esque, with maybe some spiked, circly teeth coming out.
Like
Um,
like this?
Almost like a circle, and then
Okay.
they kind of just poke out, and there's a little bit of like red and black gusts of smoke and fire that come out occasionally.
Occasionally.
And I feel like his attacking arm is very grotesque and almost tentacle-y.
Tentacle-y?
Yes.
Like jelly tentacle-y, or like this, like, what kind of weapon do you use?
So I wield a great sword,
Okay.
but with this monster kind of take on the character.
Mhm.
I wonder if I'll just take the attributes of the great sword
Mhm.
and use that big tentacly arm.
So it's just like hardened, so it's
I
like,
think so.
yeah, like dripping water, like that
Yes,
kind. So like it's kind of
100%.
normal, but then once it's like clobbering time, it just like and like becomes like a big like size thing.
Absolutely.
Oh, God, I love
And
that.
I think in the cases where I smite, you might see crustacean of like a coral reef kind of pop over it as it cracks and then kind of explodes onto the whatever I hit with that smite. So where it would normally be that divine energy, this is like crickety.
So this
crackety.
is, you're almost pulling from like the deep old gods, or
Yes.
like that kind of feel.
Yes.
Davy Jones.
Like
Yeah.
Davy
Yes.
Jones. Do you have any like tentacly bits, or is it just like a crackety type of mouth?
So I feel like I still have a kind of hooded chainmail.
Mhm.
And then what you just see is a large maw of just jagged teeth. In
But
a
you have this like
circle.
inner flame which might pop up every once in a while. I like it. What is your character's name?
My
Do you
character's
need another
name is Ave Poor Choice.
V. Poor Choice?
Poor Choice.
For choice.
Poor Choice. Oh, that's so good. How many hit points does your character have?
115.
Oh.
It's like just enough dice to wreck your life.
I've never heard that rhyme before.
Is it raining right now over there?
And what is your armor class?
My armor class, when I am holding a shield, which will not be when I'm using that great sword attack, puts me at a 20. When I am not holding, I am at a 19. Still not good enough.
This is gonna last 15 minutes.
You guys
Whoever
have been asking
dies
for
first
you guys
has to
have been
buy
asking
pizza.
for shorter content.
Yeah, we're gonna
We can go
we're
together.
gonna wrap up in about an hour.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Is it okay if I do this?
Yeah, go ahead. You.
Of course.
Darian just got off of work,
I
so
like. Yeah, I'm sorry.
everybody thank Darian for saving the animals and the creatures and all the
I
little
saved
things.
all the animals.
Thank you, Darian.
I
You're
must-
the best.
Today I just saved cats though.
Yeah.
It's like,
She really is
Okay.
the best.
Okay,
Don't
the
worry.
cats matter.
I'm,
Worst case, I'll play you in.
you'll play me in.
Yeah, we can play you in. Sully, do you need a few minutes?
She
No,
just say
I
every
think I
time she
got it,
goes,
yeah.
she just hi.
Oh gosh. Now I'm like feeling like I need to sit on my hand or something. I completely didn't even know.
If it makes you feel any better, I didn't notice. I thought David was the weirdo. I was like, what is happening
I
here?
also thought David was the one. No, I love it. I totally. That's so good. I feel okay. So I'm playing. I can't take credit for this excellent name because Ryan actually emailed me this character. He made it. Her name is Breezy Silent Wind.
Oh my god, that's
Which-
so good.
Fantastic.
which tickles my funny. And as a monster kind of form, she's an air ganassi, so kind of playing off of that idea, I kind of see her as maybe being like a ghost sort of form, very spectral, kind of like I watch a lot of Japanese horror video games, where it's like kind of dripping but like flying, like the hair,
Yeah.
everything is like kind of trailing off
like
into
that.
swirls and like
Oh.
rags kind of floating around and
Yeah.
very like empty glowing eyes kind of.
Oh,
So-
so okay, very
Mhm.
like ethereal.
Yes.
And it's a robe, and she's a robe.
She's a
Hold
rogue.
on, 1 second. Let me get back to David. Do you have any magic items?
I do have magic items.
Okay. Would you care to give me some flavor behind either one of those magic
sure.
items?
Flavor.
Let me get over so I know what I'm reading to you.
Let me know what I'm dealing with as
Yeah.
well.
So we have the +2 greatsword.
Mhm.
So that's something you'll be getting hit with occasionally.
So we know that's your. Okay.
Correct. And then I had chosen the Ring of Evasion.
Mm-hmm.
And That simply just allows me 3 uses a day
Mhm.
to auto save on a saving throw.
Got it.
Auto succeed on a saving throw.
What does it look like?
I feel like that. So in most the cases where I think I will fail
Mhm.
is in the dexterity checks, and I imagine that
Are you wearing plate?
I am wearing it, which I now imagine as big old thick coral reef.
Yeah,
and
like
hopefully
almost shell-like.
100%. If you'd allow it, I think there'd be really cool to have like crabs crawling out and occasionally have snakes or eels kind of whirling around.
I love it. I feel like an eel just like pops out every once in a
Yeah,
while.
absolutely. I love that. And I imagine that when I choose to use this, the dexterity check, I go mostly water
Mhm.
and then kind of recreate, or I harden the shell around me.
We'll do that on but like the ring itself, is it just like, or is it like part of it, or is it like a treasure on
Ooh,
your?
treasure on me. I think that would be super
That's
cool.
good.
Like
I like-
crusted over.
Like crusted over
Oh.
treasure on you, like almost like a little treasure box. Like
yes.
I love it.
Oh.
Breezy is like eyeballing it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Probably. Breezy. So like, what kind of armor? So like, you're just like an ethereal. Like, are you like what? What are your colors? Like white and blue?
I
or-
would kind of picture. I mean, like she's she's see through a little bit. I would
Mm-hmm.
picture maybe like a kind of dull bluish sort of glow, kind of sickly.
But like no eyes, or just like.
I kind of picture just like kind of like light pouring through the eyes, like
Mhm.
eerie, kind of dip, like as if coming through a fog. You
Mhm.
know.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, and you like kind of like when you're kind of like become transparent, and not, you're kind of coming and going depending on your
Yeah,
moves, or you
she's
just
very drained of color.
Do you
very-
actually ever stand, or are you always just kind of like floating? Like
I feel like she's just barely floating off the ground.
Got
kind of
it.
like in that.
like
sort of
almost in a way like her, like when she comes in and out, like her feet like are the bottom
Yes.
ones, so you can't really
Mhm.
tell there.
I feel like she's probably like a knight or a general or something, because she has 2 rapiers that she wields. And maybe she drowned, kind of like why it's all wet and everything's.
Oh, we're getting into a little water theme. Hold that thought, you
Lady
two.
in white, I love it.
Oh,
Without
hold
doubt.
that thought. We'll see how you all know each other here in just a few minutes. Okay, Ryan Mace.
Okay, so my character's name is Giannis.
Uh-huh.
His last name is also Boy Choice.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. Ryan. Breezy, what was your AC and hit points?
My AC, it's technically 18, but with a feat in the weapon setup, it'll always be 19. And
Okay.
then hit points was 84.
84. Take a dice away from that one. All right, Ryan, what was your Ionis?
Giannis.
Giannis?
Giannis.
Giannis.
And his last name is Boy Choice.
What choice?
Boy Choice.
Poor choice.
I'm-
Oh!
We got some brothers over
We
here.
brothers.
We brothers.
We brothers.
You've made a grave mistake.
Davy and Danny Jones.
Go on, Giannis, and what is your appearance? Do you
So, if he's monstrous, I'm assuming his hair has changed to a kind of hot pink, and his large mustache just kind of moves on its own without him controlling it, because he's got some like fey corruption that's kind of seeped into him over time.
What is his class?
He is a archfey warlock,
Archfey Warlock.
Mhm.
Oh boy. Okay.
and he definitely. I think when people look at him, they're kind of like they have to do like multiple takes because maybe his like appearance shifts repeatedly. So you're not really sure what he looks like, but that mustache is always just a constant. Just
It's always just doing
Yeah,
this.
it's-
And like, is he wearing robes?
no,
or
he's wearing some pretty decently thick studded leather armor.
studded leather armor.
Yes.
Okay.
That is it should be a +1. Yes.
So this special studded leather armor. Give me some characteristics of it.
Well, I think it's probably like almost a like a bioluminescent, like maybe some of the spores or flowers have just kind of like rubbed off from the Fae and just started coating it, almost like a shitty fairy fire, but of like multiple colors.
But like kind of dark and corrupted, or you're just it's all crazy face stuff.
yeah, it's crazy face stuff.
As a fan of the Fae himself,
You get it.
Cricket Whittler.
Yeah.
I freaking love it.
I am 100% on your side. Matter of fact,
Then his other items are he's got a vicious longbow, which I think of as like maybe like a trickster god made it for him,
Mm-hmm.
and it's made out of like some like very pale wood. Actually, I think it's like a weird color. And then his other item is the boots of the elven kind, which I think is like big boots as well. They make him a little silent when he moves.
Ah, the opposite of your brother, let's say.
Yes.
So your drowned brother, what could that mean there?
Ooh.
Or you're resurrected by a deep god. Was it a deep fae god? How was the drowned breezy get involved?
I think he might have gotten tricked and pushed into the water. So he could drown.
Hey, you see something shiny down there?
I see Giannis as a trickster.
Yeah, I was full paladin until
Uh-huh.
he pushed
Until
me
he
into the
pushed you
water.
into the
Yeah.
water.
And as I sunk, I had to
Yeah.
make the deal.
Uh-huh.
That's what happened, I'm sure.
It's like, hey brother, look what's down there.
So
I am such a paladin that I didn't take the deal. And I sunk to the bottom and drowned. And then in my afterlife, at some point, years later, I take the deal, which is why I'm crusted in coral reef and have sheep living inside of me.
Oh, that's why the treasure box is the deal.
Yeah.
So what is your relationship to your brother then? Are you like kind of
I am oath of vengeance.
Wait, did you pick that before this?
But
There's a monster to fight here, but it's not the monster.
Right,
But
it
it's
is-
not
there's,
about-
there's layers.
no, the
Yes.
question is, are you waiting for the perfect time to take your vengeance? Or are you taking your vengeance by haunting him?
Man, this is
This
a
is
very
really
I think this is definitely something to explore.
Okay.
Because in my backstory is all of the things that I rolled happen to be family is most things. I will do anything for family.
This man's about to TP campus. Forget the monster. We're fucking
We
screwed.
will. So we're just gonna roll dice against each other tonight. That's gonna be
Maybe
the
it is
whole.
girls versus boys tonight.
Wow.
So fun.
Oh
So
no.
let's just say you two have a big of an adversarial relationship.
Oh, I thought we were like tight.
But we weren't.
Oh, we were.
standing
And
still.
then you messed up.
I still feel like I'd be brotherly.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think anything
Like
was wrong
you'd
with
be
that.
brotherly.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
gonna say,
yeah.
you're like, Jason, what's up?
Okay, all right. So what if I know we just built this backstory. What if you swam to the bottom and pulled my dead body out, and then forced me to take the deal that made me a warlock? And now I'm like, I don't know.
Hey, now we're brothers in two
Yeah,
ways.
I like it.
Maybe we'll
We're gonna
get back to the Monster Squad again one day. All right.
Now that this is so intense.
That just-
Epic encounters.
It just got
Sponsor
deep.
us.
Epic
More.
encounters.
Somehow the one shot turned into another one shot.
Yes. It did
We
indeed.
just have a mini series on the side where it's these
Oh,
same
you-
guys
Oh,
are.
thank
What?
God. Oh, wow.
Excellent.
Hi, everybody.
I'm so happy.
I'm Giggles. Ready for a laugh?
I'm so happy.
I don't want to be. I wanna-
Giggles?
I want to change seats.
What are you doing here?
I heard you needed a fighter.
You're a fighter. Yeah? What do you use to fight?
Stick.
Hi, Giggles.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's
I
incredible.
used to work at the circus. People would throw darts, and they would win big, fluffy animals. I wasn't tall enough to reach them down, so I got a stick, and I put a hook in the end. I would get the toys down for them. Still have my stick. Can I have a toy?
Oh, it's its face.
She
What's-
skinned it. Oh my god, I love that for you.
Did you say I love that for you?
What's
Like,
its name?
You look so uncomfortable.
My friend?
Yeah. Does it have a name?
It had a name.
I love this.
Is it Bear Brain?
Bear Brain.
Isn't it a bear?
His name's Fuzzy Lumpkins.
Fuzzy Lumpkins.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a
Oh man.
And last but not
I
least.
can't talk this. I got Jack.
Okay, well, hold on 1 second. Giannis.
Giannis.
Armor class and hit points, please.
Armor class is 16. Hit points are 120.
Everybody has a lot of hit points.
I have a +5 in con.
Good. We have a lot of Hydra to take on. Giggles. How many hit points do you have?
100.
And what's your armor class?
17.
17. Dexterity fighter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a dexterity.
Yeah.
Obviously.
She's very dexterous.
I use my stick.
Giggles,
Is Giggles
too.
actually a monster or just like psycho?
My parents said I was a monster.
That's
That's
pretty
why
rude.
they
You
let
don't
me at the
ask-
circus.
That's pretty rude.
Maybe
You don't just
instead
ask
of
them
fighting the
that.
Hydra, we could take Giggles to therapy.
Maybe fighting the Hydra is therapy for Giggles.
Also,
And not to put you on the
screen
spot,
says
guest table friend.
Well, if there's Giggles, there's got to be Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Bubbles. Yeah, no, that's okay.
Yes.
I had to sorry.
I saw this earlier in the day. I'm like, you're sitting next to Derry.
You have to, right?
Okay.
So, Bubbles is a life cleric that formerly was a hill dwarf, but came across some very unfortunate pillaging from a goblin army that put a curse on her. And they kept her alive, and they said, no, but you're a goblin now. So she is now leading a double life as a goblin, trying to live her good old cleric life, really just kind of outcasted by everyone and everything because of it. So
What was her cleric god before?
her cleric god is Baronar True Silver. So that's a pretty big female dwarven god.
So has her god still accepted her? In
Her god has still accepted her with her pact. It's really just been her community that's completely outcasted her, which has kind of in turn created her own kind of little monster internally to deal with.
But
on
she
top
was
of
found
being
by-
exterior.
The monster squad.
Yes. She is found
So
monster
does she
squad.
have any kind of special magic items, shields, weapons? What does she use?
Yeah, so she's got a ring of poison resistance and a ring of water walking. She's got her holy symbol, of course, and a mace.
What is her holy symbol?
Her holy symbol is kind of like this oak with vine wrapping around it. And so it's on her shield that she carries. So she's
Has
got
it been
that, and then
twisted
she's
at
got
all since her transformation, or is it still like her connection to her god?
What's funny is like the actual armor that she's wearing, what I'm envisioning is like it's almost been its own like corrupted and tainted over time. Like it feels like it's almost like gone rusted is the best way to describe it. Like it's
almost
all,
kind of plague doctor-y, kind of.
yeah, like it's
So
just
are
this
you like a black goblin, green goblin, blue
real
goblin?
dark green?
Real dark green eyes.
Yeah, eyes still blue. Her character.
Have you ever encountered a derp in your time? Has any goblin in your encounters attempted to sell you a candle?
Or bum a cigarette.
all of the above.
All of the
She
above.
knows dirt.
All of the above.
I feel like every goblin in this world knows at least one derp.
They would have to. That's just
I,
too
as a
bad.
person, know derps, but that's beside the point.
Oh.
Yeah, lots of. She's trying to cover it up and make herself feel like comfortable in her own skin still by trying to do like a lot of like jewelry. So you see her ears are really like 7 layers pierced.
I
She's
love
definitely not comfortable in her skin yet, but she's trying.
I love it. And then her mace is. What does that look like?
It kind of, it's funny because with her like size and stature now, she had the mace beforehand, so it almost looks like carnival levels of ridiculous next to her, but she still figured out how to like wield it. I feel like you're probably a fan of seeing a goblin with just a big old,
Oh, I love it.
yeah, big old clobbering.
All right, now, how does the Monster Squad know each other? Do you come together, and by that I mean, do you come together like, so there's this, so Markith is just like, it's a bad situation, there's a lot of fear in the air, and of course you all walk in. Do you all kind of roll together, do you think? Or do you all like always somehow end up feeling like a calling to this place? Obviously you two are together.
Yes.
Are you, Breezy, oh, I'm sorry, and Bubbles, armor class and hit points?
Hit points 123,
Mhm.
armor class 17.
Ooh, you guys might be able to take a hit or two. So you two are together, Breezy. You obviously have some type of watery background about you. How are you? Or first and foremost, how do you all roll together? Do you all just like meet up? Do you think, or are you guys like a squad that rolls?
I think we're probably a squad of sickos.
I like being a squad.
I was gonna say I would lean more towards that too.
Okay.
I feel like Breezy, you would have probably been one that, like, especially in my goblin form, I don't know, I would have found you more comforting, like as a
Yeah.
spirit. Like we would have somehow happened upon each other, and
Yeah.
I would have been like, oh, she can see through me. She can see through the exterior.
Metaphors. I
Got
love
it.
that.
All right.
Yeah, no, I'm super down with that.
All right, so you all roll together
Mm-hmm.
and felt something calling you to this. To the Reddick Adventurers Guild. You've probably dealt with Markith before in the past, and as we found out in our flavor opening, you've never quite felt it like this before in the guild. So you're in the Adventurers Guild, and Markith gives you, what he believes is a Hydra, because there in front of Markith, strapped to almost like a wheelchair thing, is a wizard. Robes. But it's very gaunt expression. And he's passed out asleep. Markith explains to you that this wizard was one of 5 wizards in a town not far away. It's a town close to Reddick.
We have Bellevue, which is not too far.
I guess we can give a purpose to Bellevue. It's normally such a pointless. Oh no!
Oh no!
Not Bellevue. They got that good joint. That's where's the
It is a
Mediterranean
swamp
place?
of a place, isn't
It
it?
is a swamp of a place. I need something a
Wow.
little. I need something a little swamp.
Sorry to any of the audience
So,
members living in
Crystal,
Bellevue.
Crystal River is not very far.
Yeah. We're going to say, like, in that area, kind of near, like, Crystal River. But the primary concern of this town is this town was a small village, almost with, like, a wizard's tower, and it was a place of learning. And Markith points over to the fireplace, and you see a group of adventurers. You can tell they're probably a little green behind the ears. Like, they might have been on an adventure, too, but they look very... They look very, they look despondent. You see 3 of them there. But do you get the impression, that normally parties run in a bit more than that? Markith kind of looks at you and says, they're the ones that found this one. I'd leave them be. What they've seen, even they're having a hard time describing. Maybe one day in the Ocalian Nights, we'll meet that party. And what they found in this town. But all Markith knows is that this wizard is having dreams and nightmares. And it's quite obvious that these wizards have given birth to some kind of Hydra. And it's obvious that the swamp and the water is being corrupted.
Does it have something to do with the very corrupt politician who's a magistrate?
We don't know. Is this just the beginning?
I'm getting some insight from some people who are in that town right now.
Well, maybe some of these people can join our adventure one day. And they might be the despondent party that saw some really bad things that went down in this city. But you have a wizard strapped to a chair. And Markith says, he'll guide you to wherever this disturbance is. But I'm going to warn you. He wakes up and says some unsettling things. And like just as he says that, he looks at him and the guy goes, and falls back asleep. You kind of notice his eyes are rolled up in his head. And almost roll me a perception check, everybody.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Every time.
10?
16.
Natural 1.
Oh.
An 11.
And 11. Natural 1. You were staring off at the treasure on your brother's shoulder. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw. Or actually, give me perception first.
Sure. An 18.
You definitely notice your brother becoming a little obsessed with the treasure on your arm as he uncomfortably does. How would you care to react?
And then I want to, if possible, I want to walk over to the wizard and give him 5 hit points as I lay my hand, the tentacle across him.
Okay. 5 hit points? You're casting like...
Yeah, I would lay on hands.
Okay.
And get rid of 5 of my pool of 35.
I hope it like squirms around and just sloshes all over his face.
Oh wait.
These like little suckers.
It's okay now.
As before this happens, Bubbles, you notice like as like he came over this, you saw like some kind of like under his skin like black tendrils start to like reach up out of his around his neck. Give me a knowledge arcana check.
Is it like under the skin or is it like coming out of the
It's
skin?
under the skin.
Okay. Oh, natural 2.
You definitely
Yeah.
can't quite identify the origin of like what this type of magic would be, but it seems to like bubble up as he goes over and like awakens a little bit and go under. Roll me a Constitution saving throw, sir.
Constitution saving throw looks like... Sorry, that's a 9. We are looking at an 18.
18. You just feel darkness inside of you as you slough it, as you like your tentacle goes over him, and you notice these same veins that she didn't see before. They start to go over you, and they like almost start to go up a little bit. You pull your tentacle back, but like you just feel this darkness overwhelm you. Roll me knowledge arcana. Did you do that?
I am looking at a 13.
13. You like kind of look back at everybody. Hydra. But you kind of get, but like at the same time, like something is a little unsettling to you. Like maybe you've dealt with Hydras before, you like know these kind of creatures, but this is a little darker even for you in your dark ways, and you can set the expectation for everybody. But that's kind of the impression you get, and the wizard is like back in its coma.
So are we looking for insight from this wizard essentially to give us some details on what he's encountered?
I think that's kind of the
We can get him to wake up.
Wait, wake him up? Hold on, I might have
I was gonna say I think I might have something, but I just don't know if I want to waste it on him.
I got it. I guess mage
Yeah, I
hand.
know, right?
Is that awful? Like I don't want to
Slap him across
I
the face.
slap him with the mage hand.
Give me a strength check. Or mage hand is like arcana, so like
Yeah,
let's see.
Can
Let's
I do it
see.
with my spellcasting modifier?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Hit me with your best shot.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Yeah.
You slap him across the face, and teeth explode, and black vicar explodes
I in character.
out of his mouth, and like kind of like hits the table a little ways away. You ruin the Bloody Mary bar.
Oh, way to go!
What is
I
wrong
beat the
with
devil out of him. What do you mean?
I don't think you beat it.
So
out
just
of me.
you kind of like beat him out.
dentures out of
You
place.
like blood, just like this dark black ichor goes exploding out of his face, and like his teeth fall out, and just his head falls down on his chest, and like almost an unnatural amount of this back viscous
Ooh.
fluid starts to like fall out of his mouth.
Daddy?
Oh.
He looks at you, and his eyes open. And throws up all over you this back viscous fluid. I need you to roll me. We're gonna go with Constitution still.
I think Breezy quietly chuckles, like kind of stifles a laugh. It's like,
You've
Which
had
one
that
again?
sitting in your back
Yeah.
pocket before this any of this happened. Like,
That
you
came
were-
out a little too
You've
naturally,
been
kid.
waiting for this moment.
Push forward, everyone gives me a Constitution saving throw as you like kind of jumble all over each other and you're just this gigantic twisted mess of just,
All right. In my defense, I didn't know that would happen.
you're all gonna die!